Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today I just wanted to do a short video as to why you are worth doing this work. This is not always the easiest path to take. There are difficult days, and I just wanted to remind you of why you are doing this in case you are having one of those difficult days, so stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie and I am a qualified life coach and author. I am also super passionate about the amazing teachings of the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the stories we tell that create our life. So if you want to change your life, then you need to change the story. And if you want to create the most amazing life, which I'm assuming you do, then you need to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that is why I am here. Since finding these teachings, I am telling myself much better stories, and I want to help you to do the same. If you would like further support with this, I am available for coaching. I also have a free 21-day self-concept course, or if you just want to stay connected, I am on Instagram. All of those details are below. That's my phone. All right, with that said, let's get into it. I just wanted to remind you of why you are doing this work, because there are days where it's going to be tough. I know I have been there, and I am still there sometimes, but not as often. When you start this work, when you come into these teachings, what you're doing is you're coming into these teachings on years of negative programming for most of us. Not all of us, I know, but for most of us, the reason that we are here and we search for some answers and we search for these teachings is because we weren't happy with the way things were going in our reality, and we wanted answers, we wanted help. So you've found your way here, and then you apply these teachings, and it can start to feel like things get worse before they actually get better, or you're kind of like, hang on, this is not what I was assured of in the brochure of the Law of Assumption brochure. I thought, you know, my reality was going to be amazing. It will. You have to commit to it first, though. Remember, consciousness is the one and only reality, and reality is reflecting that back. For reality to reflect back consciousness, you have to hold the consciousness until your new consciousness becomes the new story, becomes the dominant story that you're holding in consciousness. And that can take some time, especially if you've been running some negative stories that you may not have even been aware of that you were running. So there is a lag time, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, when I first came back to them at the beginning of the year, things went to shit. It was awful. And there were days where I was just in the pit of despair going, what, you know, and yes, I definitely had my doubts, like, this is bullshit. What am I doing? And yet there was nowhere else for me to go. I had studied a lot of different disciplines and modalities over the last 20 so years, like almost, I'd say, quarter of a century, 25 years. I've been doing personal development and working on myself and shifting as much and doing therapy and doing all of these things. These teachings are complete. They are sound. For me, they're all I need. I know that. I know that everything that I need for myself to have the life that I want to have and have the future that I want to create for myself, I know that these teachings are enough if you apply them correctly. However, if you come into these teachings wanting to change reality and wanting to get an outcome from reality, you will be bumping up against reality, because this is not about changing the external world. This is about changing your consciousness. That's all you have control over. You don't have control over reality. You do not have control over anyone or anything in your reality. Reality is simply a reflection, and reality will reflect your consciousness back. And it will often reflect it back in the most amazing, miraculous way. Sometimes it'll be a direct reflection, and sometimes it'll be even more amazing than you could have possibly imagined, but it will be a reflection. If you're looking at this work to get something from reality, that's where you're going to struggle. That's where you're going to have days where you feel like this is bullshit and it's not working, but that's not why we're doing it. And if you're doing this correctly, as in you're creating the states of consciousness that you want to experience in consciousness, that is enough. Because if you have what you want in consciousness, which is how you get reality to reflect back, not that that's why we're doing it, but you will feel that having that sense of completeness and enoughness, because you have what you want in consciousness. And in consciousness, you are using all of your spiritual senses, as we do in the physical world, to experience what we create in consciousness. I just wanted to remind you of this, because there are days where we're going to forget this and we're going to get mesmerized by reality, and we're going to fall out into this 3D experience and want to reach out and change it and manipulate it and get what we want. And we want to call and we want to text and we want to get out into reality and try and make something happen. You can do that. By all means, you can do that. But if you really want sustainable, lasting change in your life, that happens in your consciousness. Because even if you did go out and manipulate reality to get what you wanted and you got what you wanted, that thing will come in and then it'll go right back out again because you haven't changed consciousness, and that is not the dominant story. You need to change the dominant story in consciousness and to hold and embed that new state of consciousness long enough for reality to catch up. And what I see happening is you work on something for a week or not even that, like a few days, you're changing it, and then you're looking out into reality, go, all right, where is it? That's not how this works. I mean, as soon as you do that, you're going to push it further away. That is because we're not changing reality, we're changing consciousness. And if you can just hold to that principle and remind yourself of that on a daily basis, you will find things getting easier and easier. And I have found, like, certainly for the first few months of this year, I was trying to change reality, and it was painful because I was getting nowhere. And now what I do is I just simply work in consciousness. I'm not even concerned with reality because I know that if I've decided something in consciousness, that that's what I want and that's what I'll have, that's it. I just go about my day. I don't need to know how it's going to show up or when or where or with who. I just know that I am the God of my reality, and whatever I want, I get it in consciousness. I go in consciousness, I hold that state, I imagine it, I play it out of the scene, I imagine the conversations that I'm having with friends, and then that's it. That's all, then my work is done. And I just do that over and over and over. And then you come out into the world and you're like, wow, life is pretty awesome. And then all this stuff starts happening and you're like, whoa, it's amazing. So I just wanted to remind you of that, because that is what is the crucial part of these teachings. And I do see a lot of people hurting because they're looking at reality and wanting to change reality and then wondering why nothing's changing, and then they're doubting the teachings. And I can assure you, these teachings are sound. These teachings are perfect in their essence, in the truth of what they are. To just stick with it. You are worth it. You are worth everything that you want and more. And you are worth doing the work every single day of your life for the rest of this life, because you are the God of your reality. You're amazing. You are the creator of your reality through your consciousness. You are also the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. This is my wish for you. Thank you for listening. I hope you've found this useful. If you have, please feel free to like, comment, and share with family and friends. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you. So thanks for that, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.